Hello and welcome to your favorite ICT program on radio, Digital Space, here on your Inspiration Dial 92.3 FM. My name is David, and joining me in the studio as usual is Dikachim.
Hey, what's up, people? You're welcome.
All right, then today on the show we will be discussing blogging. We'll also be serving you tech news, tips, and tricks. We'll also be giving you cool stuff that you'll be able to use in developing your website or blog. We'll be giving you a site from where you can start earning from your blog right away. Stick around. We'll be serving you tech news right after the break. We'll be right back.
Some years ago, Apple was just a fruit. Tweeting was something only birds did, and phones got really smart. As the owner of the phone, are you smarter? These are signs that our world has gone digital. Imagine this. If Facebook were to be a country, it would be more than 5 times bigger than Nigeria, with over 1 billion registered users. There are over 31 billion searches on Google every month, over 100 million active mobile telephone lines in Nigeria alone, online sales in Nigeria between 2011 and 2012 reaching $3 billion. There are too many incredible statistics to show that the next big thing for us as a generation is not the oil wells of the Niger Delta, but the vast potentials and resources the digital space offers. Digital Space is a production of Cherry Brooks Media.
Digital Space, making ICT knowledge popular. On Tech News this week, a new mobile application on Ebola virus debuts. A mobile application, Ebola Report Center, to help combat Ebola epidemic has made a debut in Nigeria's digital space. The proponent of this latest application, an immediate past president of Information Technology Association of Nigeria and the chief executive officer of Connect Technologies, Chief Chris Uwaje, said the app is coming at a very auspicious time because no one knows who will be the next victim of Ebola. Hence, the need to help Nigerians aggregate reports around Ebola epidemic. It's an app to capture Ebola reports online nationwide, he said. This app, he further said, is accessible for free of charge on most of your mobile platforms. In other news, Microsoft and Computer History Museum release MS-DOS and Word source code. You heard me right. The source code for MS-DOS and MS Word is out. Software giant Microsoft and Computer History Museum has published the source code for MS-DOS and Word for Windows for public view. Both the source codes are available for download on the Computer History Museum's site. The source code from MS-DOS 1.1 and 2.0 and Word for Windows 1.1a has been made public under a non-commercial license that forbids republication in another place on the web. MS-DOS was initially written by Tim Patterson of Seattle Computer Products and released first in August of 1980. Microsoft hired Patterson in May 1981 and bought the software for $75,000 in July of the same year and then renamed it to MS-DOS. The software firm released the first DOS-based version of Microsoft Word in 1983 and Word for Windows in 1989. Within 4 years of its launch, Word for Windows generated over half the revenue of the worldwide processing market. And lastly, in tech news, the Ice Bucket Challenge. The Ice Bucket Challenge has lit social media on fire, raising both money and awareness for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, commonly known as ALS. About 30,000 Americans now have the disease, which attacks the nerve cells and ultimately leads to total paralysis. Though the mind remains sharp, life expectancy is typically 2 to 5 years from the time of diagnosis. The rules of the Ice Bucket Challenge are simple. Either donate $100 to ALS or dump a bucket of ice water on your head, or both if you're sporting. After, you can challenge a few people to join in. ALS advocate Pete Fratis posted a video that went viral, and in a blink, celebrities, athletes, and tech giants or tech CEOs all started taking part, raising millions of dollars in the process. Dikachim.
It's a wonderful thing. I think we should do it here too.
When we're just coming into the studio this morning, I noticed the Don Jazzy on Instagram doing that this morning, and I'm like, hey, we should be doing this for the Ebola virus.
Yeah, we are plagued by Ebola right now, and we used to have malaria and cholera and all those other things. So maybe we should
do this kind of fun thing for Ebola to treat all those people who've been affected so far and see how we can stop it. And so I want to throw the challenge to you right now. Maybe you should do the whole ice water bucket.
Well, I'm up for it.
All right, so here we go. Okay, and all right, and then I'll do mine right now. So here we go. Oh my God, that's so cold. Okay, now who are we calling out for this ice bucket challenge? Who would I like to call? I like to call on who now? Alibaba,
Alibaba, the comedian.
The comedian. We throw it out to you. Go out there and do ice bucket challenge. Post it on your Instagram, or wherever wherever you are, and let the whole world see it. I'm aware we're supposed to call out about 3 people, right?
Yeah, and I also go for Governor Fashola.
All right, let the governor also do this for the sake of Ebola in Lagos. Yeah. And lastly, we want to call on Elumelu, right?
Yeah, Tony Elumelu.
The chairman, Transcorp
and Hair Holdings.
All right, we're looking at you to also do that. All for the sake of Ebola. Please, people, let's go do our own ice bucket challenge for Ebola that is ravaging our country.
And it's also important people practice good hygiene.
Wash your hand everywhere you go. Make sure
Ebola is not a joke. People should watch out for it.
Please, let's take all the necessary precautions and stay alive. We thank God for the rate at which we are surviving it in Nigeria. It's very encouraging. I hope this ice bucket challenge will further reduce this. Thank you so much for listening to Tech News. We'll be right back.
Some years ago, Apple was just a fruit. Tweeting was something only birds did, and phones got really smart. As the owner of the phone, are you smarter? These are signs that our world has gone digital. Imagine this. If Facebook were to be a country, it would be more than 5 times bigger than Nigeria, with over 1 billion registered users. There are over 31 billion searches on Google every month, over 100 million active mobile telephone lines in Nigeria alone. Online sales in Nigeria between 2011 and 2012 reaching $3 billion. There are too many incredible statistics to show that the next big thing for us as a generation is not the oil wells of the Niger Delta, but the vast potentials and resources the digital space offers. Digital Space is a production of Cherry Brooks Media.
Digital Space, making ICT knowledge popular. All right, welcome back. It's still Digital Space here on your Inspiration 92.3 FM. And today, like we said earlier on, we're discussing blogging. And I was asking you, Dikachim, do you have a blog?
Yeah, got a couple.
So what do you do with it? Oh, you got a couple?
Yeah.
Not just one?
Yeah, not just
Also, what do you do there?
Well, I have a personal blog where I try to write personal experience. Then I have other blogs for other things I've done. You know, when you try to do a business, it's important you have a blog for it and other things, anything that catches my fancy.
Anyway, we need to also first and foremost define a blog, and from Wikipedia, a blog is pronounced a blog, which is a truncation of the expression weblog. Is a discussion or informational site published on the World Wide Web and consisting of discrete entries known as posts, typically displayed in reverse chronological order. That is, the most recent post appears first. So basically, a blog is an informational website where you write posts and people can read and comment if they want to. It's basically like having a notebook where you can write. You can then choose to show the world this ongoing notebook, much like the way the newspaper and magazines write their journals. Dikachim, how do I set up a blog step by step?
Okay. There are 2 ways. You can either set up a self-hosted blog or a blog hosted by some other big site. For instance, Blogspot hosts site for people, WordPress hosts site for people, but there's the other one
for free.
Yeah, for free, of course.
Okay.
But there's the other one that you can download and host. The first one, the self-public hosted one, is the one that most people use to start out before they go to get their own domain name and all that. The only disadvantage to that is the name. It will be say it's XYZ blog you want, it'll be XYZ blog dot maybe wordpress.com or the blogspot.com.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to set up. If you can set up a Facebook account, you can do that. Just sign up and you're up and running. Then the other one is the self-hosted one, where you have to buy hosting from a hosting seller, buy a domain name, and then download the WordPress software from their site, download it to your computer, upload it via FTP or any other
FTP
means.
being file transfer protocol.
Yes, exactly. You upload it to the site and then you set it up. It has a wizard too that will be asking you, do this, put this here, put this here. It's pretty easy to.
That requires a level of competency to be able to do.
Yes.
Unlike the one that is free, that you just register, you're up and ready to run.
Exactly. It's pretty it's slightly harder, but it's not. You don't have to be a wizard at coding to do that. You know, it's something you can teach yourself with time.
You don't have to be a wizard at coding to do anything blogging.
No,
do you?
not at all.
Now, how do I post my thoughts and articles on my blog?
Well, when you register on your blog, of course, you'd see a place to post. The same way you post on Facebook, a status update. There will be a place that says post here. You know, you just type it and post it. It publishes it with the date. And
how do I let people know I have a blog? How do I popularize my blog?
Yeah, then that's where the real work is.
All right.
Because everybody has a blog. Anybody can have a blog. But for people to actually read your blog, you have to do a lot of work. First of all, the content has to be good. People have to be interested in it. A lot of people have to be interested in it, not just 10 people, you know. Then you have to keep pushing it. You can pay for ads on Google, you can pay for ads on Facebook, you can tell people by word of mouth, you can send it in emails to your friends, you can post on your personal Twitter, on your Facebook. You just keep going around and telling people about it.
It's all right then, but I know one sure thing. Everyone that is setting up a blog will always want to make money from that blog site.
Of course.
Which is why I'm going to be giving you a website where you can make money right away from your blog. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go on a break. When we come back, I'll give it to you. Okay, welcome back. Monetization is important for every developer to earn his daily bread. Commission Junction is an alternative to Google AdSense, which is quite difficult to activate if you ask me. You can post your ad on your site through Commission Junction, that is CJ, and start earning from your blog straight away. Now, to go to CJ, just do cj.com. It's as simple as that. Just 2 letters, C and J.com, and then you register on that site, post their ad on your blog or wherever you want it, and you start earning right away. If you go to digitalspaceradio.com, you're going to see some ad from CJ, and we're earning right there from that site. So you thank us later. Okay, now if you have missed any of this, you can go to our website, www.digitalspaceradio.com. That is digitalspaceradio.com. We have loads of articles, we have loads of posts, past episodes of Digital Space on radio, and so many interesting stuff, downloadable material or resources that you can get on that website. I'm sure you're going to love most of the things you're going to see there, and we encourage you to leave your comments on all of those articles and posts. It will also help us to know how well you're doing with them. Thank you so much for listening. It's been fun bringing it to you. You can also follow me on Twitter at DigiSpaceDavid.
Yeah, and to get more tips and to learn more on the show, you can follow the show on at DigiSpace Radio on Twitter, and then myself, you can follow me on Twitter at Dikachim.
Thank you so much for listening. Do have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
For more information, reach us on Twitter at DigiSpace Radio, on Facebook, facebook.com/DigiSpace Radio. You may email us, contact at digitalspaceradio.com. Give us a call, 0813-682-9595, 0813-682-9595. Check out our website, www.digitalspaceradio.com, for past episodes, tips, tricks, and more.